How do you think not having your father around has affected you, both positively and negatively? Because it can't all be bad, right?
Yeah, it did have an effect, but not what you might think. It's not the effect as obviously I did want a father. I was wondering who is my father, and I did think no more when I was a kid. It wasn't my dad.
So when did you realize that he wasn't your dad?
Oh no, like I just trying to figure like he's like stop deceiving yourself, bro. Like as a kid, I had a lot of self-awareness, so I just like, stop deceiving yourself. Just go back to your room and play with your toys. Yeah, but not having when I was a kid, I had really soft features. I had long curly hair and nice fair skin, big buttocks.
What?
No, I say that because a lot of people like your buttocks is big.
This conversation went left really fast.
Yeah, so the thing is, as a kid, a lot of people will ask my mom, is it a boy or girl? And
Okay.
I'm like, what do you mean it's?
That was unexpected. Okay.
And like, so I had to be, that question was asked a lot. So without a father to especially instill certain masculine traits in me, then so then again, if I'm around my mom, I'm around a lot of women. So growing up, very calm, quiet, reserved, soft. Yeah. So there was time people can walk all over me and I'll be like, have a nice day. Yeah. So not having that father figure didn't instill those masculine traits in me. And when I was a kid, honestly, if I grew up in the States, I might be, someone can deceive me and say that maybe you're a girl inside, and I'll believe them.
Okay.
But no. Because it's Ghana, the culture is set in stone. You get it. So if you're a boy, you're a boy. So when my mom said, "Oh, it's a boy," then everyone refers to me as that.
Okay.
But in the beginning, they'll ask boy or girl, boy or girl, boy or girl. Try to understand.
Okay.
I mean, the Arabs, they know because everyone has long curly hair. Yeah, so they can tell. But for the average Ghanaian, cut your hair. It's either short or bald.
Yeah.
Even Afro and braids. When I was young, it was not tolerated like that.
Yeah.
So if you have long curly hair, most likely a girl.
Okay. That's a very interesting answer to my question.
Funny enough, when I was even in St. Thomas Aquinas, when they are debunking people, then the teacher doesn't want to debunk me, but he has to debunk me because
what is debunk?
Like when they take a scissors and they put it into your long hair.
So it's a punk and they are debunking it.
Yeah,
okay, all right, I get it.
So they go around, if you have long hair, your hair is going beyond listening. They go cut.
Yeah.
And I think one time, he stepped out, he didn't come to me, and everyone was like, he's racist. Like, we should all be equal.
Yeah.
If they're cutting their hair, just cut my hair.
Yeah.
And I think the next day he came around and everyone, like, people were complaining, but my friends were not. So he came to me and put scissors in my hair. I was like, first I told him that it's part of my culture to have hair. And it's like, when you're in a room, do what Romans do. I'm like, no, but it's part of my culture to have hair, because previously I had some boy with Rasta. He's from Jamaica, and he said being Rastafarian is part of his culture, so he can't cut his dreadlocks. So you have to make an exception. So I heard about that. I didn't know the conclusion to that, so I also tried it. So it's part of my culture. I don't want to cut my hair, and I don't think you should put scissors that's put in everyone's hair and can't put in my hair. And he was like, in Ghana, do you urinate outside? I was like, yeah. He said, it's part of our culture to urinate outside. So in a room, do what Romans do. If he's cutting everyone's hair, he also cuts my hair. I didn't get his point, but I couldn't fight him. So he just cut my hair. I was really down that day. So I just went to the barber and gave me a really low cut. And funny enough, I've not been seeing. Okay, now I have a barber, but before there was no barber that cut my hair well enough. So it was always weird. My hair grew fast, so that worked. But then in high school, then they're like, you have to also do him some. If you're doing us, like, and like the teachers didn't want to feel like they are doing nepotism, like they're favoring me. So if they're beating everyone, they put extra effort extra
beat you.
effort, yeah, into beating me. There's so many things in high school that I didn't even understand, like the train of thought. I think about, I'm like, this doesn't make sense, but yet you do it. I'm like, okay, this is what you're doing wrong.
Okay.
Let's romance do.
Okay. So I'm trying to make sure we don't miss anything significant. But so going back to growing up without
Dad, yes.
a dad.
So
Because sometimes this is what happens, right? If there are some people who, because they maybe didn't have a dad present, they're very self-aware and realize what they missed out on as a child. That then makes them, that puts them in position to be better fathers because they are present. You know, it's the kind of thing that you might take for granted if your father is there.
yeah,
But if you didn't have it, you then think, okay, I remember I felt like this, so I don't want my child to feel this way.
honestly.
What do you think that you're positioned to actually consider these things and think about it just because you had that experience?
Yes. So when my dad was around, actually watching movies and TVs, and I see people with like mom and dads, and you know. Then I also watch the black TV, and I know it's like all the dads run out, so then you relate to. But when I was younger, I always wanted a sister. I'd always tell my mom, I want a sister, someone I can take care of, someone I can be a big brother to, someone I can help. And at some point, I realized that wasn't happening. So I now want to be a father. I mean, not yet, though, but like I keep looking forward to it. Looking forward to a time where I can have my kids. So I want to do so much for them and have enough that when they come, they don't have to go through what I had to go through, even with my mom. Because when I was younger, my mom was open about a lot of things, especially when I could understand. And when she realized I could understand, she was open about a lot of things that was happening. So when she did what she did tell me, then I know that okay, this is so. I didn't want for a lot of things, yeah, because you have to be considerate, yeah. Then so growing, I'm like, I don't want my kids to have gone through what I went through. I want to give them as many opportunities as possible, whatever they want to do.